Well, welcome to Dave and Doug's brewery. It's a very good setup, just like a commercial microbrewery. At the top we have the HLT, which runs by gravity down into the mash tun, which is actually on a pivot, so we can actually empty it quite easily. From there, just like a commercial brewery, it flows into the copper. Okay, and as you see at the moment, we've got the wort pouring into the copper. Okay, so if we go to the top of the mash tun, let's go up these steps here. You can see Dave and I's contraption for our spar jam. Okay, which is a little motor, a little electric motor running on it. Okay. So today we're brewing a kind of a somewhere between a black IPA and a stout. And as you can see, the wort that's coming out is quite dark. This is the end of the runoff, so it's not as dark as when it first came out. Okay, so from the HLT it's going to go through the cooling system, which we'll show you a bit later. If we bring it up to here, here's our electrics panel. Well, it needs a little bit of work on it, but if we go up, and there's our temperature control system. From that we can control the HLT, we can test the temperature in the mash tun, and we can watch the wort come up to the boil. It also controls our fermentation chamber. Okay, so here we have our cooling system. You can see down there it's just going through the heat exchanger. Okay, and then dropping into their oxygenated wort. We'll add the yeast in. And just to the right of it is our fermentation chamber. I'll just back up a bit so you can see it in its whole entirety. But how many watt bulb is it in there? 60 watt bulb. Okay, now if we bring you up, we're plugging it in. Okay, and if I bring you down here, you can just see if I reach out and grab it. There's our little hockey stick, and we use that in the HLT as previously mentioned. We dunk it into the mash tun, we put it into the copper to test coming up to temperature, and also goes into the fermentation box as well. Okay, and that controls our temperature in the fermentation chamber. Okay, so here we have our copper filter, stainless steel motorbike exhaust. Inside that is some super fine copper mesh used in the paper industry to... what's it used in the paper industry for, David? There you go, it's pulling paper on. Makes a brilliant filter. Okay, so here we have our bottle washer. As you can see, we can do around about 15-16 washing bottles in one go. Well, it goes through two different systems. What we have, firstly, we have a pre-oxy wash, and if you have a look down here, there's a big sump pump down here. Okay, and that's just on a recirculation. Okay, so it goes up into the bottles, comes out the end hose, and down the end. Okay, and there's Dave just having checking it. Okay, once we've done that, we've got a little ingenious bit down here. It kind of moves to the side. Okay, and then we can rinse them out in fresh water. Okay, the process takes around about 3 or 4 minutes. It's very manual technique of filling up our bottles, but seems to work really well. Okay, so you've seen commercial cappers, cappers code capper quick, you line them up, you get one of these.
Reject.
1 out of 10 ain't bad.